7 months in storage. Well, a week short of 7 months. 2012 F30 335i. N55 in it, of course. Rear wheel drive, 6-speed manual. That's a little rare, I guess. So I was concerned about parking it over the winter, because all I ever read on forums is bad things about BMWs, and I was concerned it was going to drain or that it was going to have some problems. But we started it like every 4 or 5 weeks for 7 months. But yeah, so we got in this thing, and let me just fire this into auxiliary here. It looks good on the dash. It gave me the discharge battery whatever notification on the dash. Oh my god. So yeah, so I was a little concerned about that. That's the second time I've had that whoop. After about 3 months of storage, it popped up. Basically every time that we would go to start it up, we'd let it run for an hour. I'd had it before when I plugged in the USB in the console here. Wherever the hell I plugged that thing into the bottom there. So when I plugged in a USB and hooked up my iPhone, I got the same battery discharge thing, which was super weird. So when it was doing that, it like shuts down. Oh my god, it like shuts down all your electronics early. You know, headlights and stuff like switch off right away. You don't got the courtesy or anything like that. But after driving it, getting it in the efficient dynamic thing, sort of just letting it run in gear without pressing on the gas, charged up fine. From what I read is that idle would only charge the battery up to about 80%. So I figure with me running it every couple weeks that I had charged it to about 80%, but to get it to the 100%, I took it out for a good burn today, like an hour and a half. I did do a couple, well, by a couple I did one thing. I was starting to get problems with the hood latch. The farthest one away, the longest cable one, it was obviously stretching. I saw that was notorious on the F30s, so me and my old man replaced that. That was easy peasy. To do the whole thing, there's videos. I'm not going to make a video. I can link the part number. One thing from my drive today that was pretty funny, and God, it's just going to cost me more money, but this bad boy, how the hell do I even pop this out? Come on, you stupid thing. Okay, well, the rear one's not popping out, but oh yeah, that's the other thing. I did install this bracket thing here, license plate bracket, but so I had to, as you can see back there, I had to unplug the tow hook cover or whatever have you, and it hangs on by a little plastic piece, so it just hangs loose there when you unplug it, and I completely forgot about it and went for a drive, and needless to say, it completely ripped off while I was driving. I'm sure on the highway, 100 kilometers an hour is probably where it fell off, or it could have gone off at double that speed. But yeah, either way, that fell off. I still can't get the rear one to pop off, so I can't show you, which is stupid. But yeah, we might fire this bad boy up, take it for a spin, and yeah, why not? So freaking let's see what we can come up with here. Alright, that's lit. It's a little quieter than the garage. Oh yeah, this was stored indoors all winter in a garage, so yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some concerns, not really gonna have any complaints. So far I freaking love this thing. If I was rich as fuck, I'd keep this thing forever, just park it in a garage somewhere, barely drive it. But yeah, we're let's go take this bad boy for a spin here. Oh, all right. One of the complaints I have right now with this car is when you go into Sport Plus mode, you get the increased throttle response noticeably. It lets you brake traction a little loose, but it does not, you can't fully bake the tires or anything like that. I mean, obviously it doesn't have a limited slip anyways, but when you take the traction control fully off, rather than just going into Sport Plus mode, you can, you can bake your tires if you wanted to. You can one leg bake your tire if you want, but the throttle response is down. So there's a noticeable difference between the extra throttle response that you get in Sport Plus mode versus when you have no traction. You have less of that throttle response. So I'm like, well, I want the extra throttle response for baking the tires, but I don't get that when I'm in full traction off. So that's something that annoys me. A complaint, I guess. Okay, one thing that scares the hell out of me about this car is the charge pipe, because I have not done the charge pipe yet. I know it's an issue. Like I said, I've only had the car for like 7,000 kilometers. That's like, I don't know, 5,000 miles or something like that. When I had a look, it's certainly a plastic charge pipe. It has not been upgraded. I don't know what the owner, how he got away I don't know how he got away with driving with the stock charge pipe, or if he burned through a few stock charge pipes. That is one of the parts that I have. There's lots of guys doing charge pipe videos, but I might do one anyways, because we're probably going to try and do it all from the top of the engine without jacking it up, without pulling out the goddamn intercooler, without freaking pulling off the 18 bolts on the goddamn skirt up front. So we're gonna probably do that. And it's a different brand, so it's a Canadian brand. I do live in Canada, want to support Canadian brand. Plus, my God, it was a good price. I'm pretty sure it was cheaper than the VRSF one, which is crazy cheap. I'd rather not cheap out on parts, but I'm broke as fuck, man. So I'm just getting away with whatever I can get away with. They say improved throttle response on that. I can't imagine how, considering it's just an aluminum charge pipe versus a plastic one. I can't imagine that would make any difference, other than the structural rigidity, so that shit doesn't blow off. So yeah, what else do I got? I do have the oil catch. I'm getting ahead of the game. I am not trying to deal with that oil in the intake manifold. That's just silly, but we're gonna roll this into Sport Plus mode. So yeah, we're gonna do a little drive with this thing here. So that one wheel lets you break it loose a little bit. You can get a little bit of left to right fishtailing off the get-go with it. Sounds freaking nice, that's for sure. I mean, that's good enough, man. You feel giddy. I was so worried about getting the 335. It's still early. I'm sure all sorts of shit's gonna go wrong. It's gonna cost me all sorts of money that I don't have to fix this thing. But so far, boost is life, and the boost is worth it. Every little bit. So, oh yes, okay. So I did buy this car from a dealer, a used car. I bought this from a Honda dealership, okay. But the original owner had it listed on Kijiji, and I saw it on Kijiji. He was asking a ton of money for it, and then like a month later, it was gone from Kijiji, and it popped up on this Honda site. So just waving at people in the quarantine. So oh, there's a barbecue there. Shit. So oh my God, there's a quail. Shit, where was I? So where I was getting that, when I bought it from the dealer and I test drove it, and it's like the second car I'd ever test driven in my life, and we drove it and it was pulling right just a hair, but it does pull right. It's noticeable on the front right tire. It doesn't do it on the rears. That's the first thing that I should get repaired, but it's not. I've been buying aftermarket parts instead of fixing the shit that I should fix. But I'm not too concerned. It does pull like crazy. It still drives excellent. I just have a blast driving it, even if it does pull a hair right. But that is what I got to do. So is I need to get the pull looked at. Hopefully it's something just simple. I'm certainly not going to the dealer. I haven't found a dedicated mechanic yet, but I do know a guy that's right down the road from where I work, and he builds race cars and stuff. So I think I'll probably let him do some wrenching on the BMW. Yeah, like I say, hopefully that pull to the right is an easy fix. And the oil change, of course, that is what it is. But do that, and then this thing is good to go until the next shit breaks, which I will not be looking forward to. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's all the rambling I can do for my first vlog. I'm going to shut you guys off, throw on some badass tunes. I do have a BMW playlist, and I'm going to do a little bit of driving and finish off my day, all right? Peace.